Hello. I think I have to pause my thing. Didn't do quite correctly, but I think that we are live. We are live, we are live, we are live. Sometimes these things happen. We are live. So let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on where in the world you are joining me from. All right, let me just check my platforms very quickly to make sure that I am live. If you are hearing me and seeing me, let me know that you are hearing me and seeing me. Just let me know that in the comments. Yes, I'm seeing that I am live on LinkedIn, and I'm checking my Facebook here very, very, very quickly here. We are live on Facebook. So I'm going to assume we kind of live in most places, right? Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where in the world you are joining me from, right? Let me know if you are hearing me and seeing me. We are supposed to be live on LinkedIn, live on a couple of my Facebook platforms. We're supposed to be live on X, but I'm seeing like it has a little error there, so we might not be live there. And we are also supposed to be live on YouTube, right? So, and we on time this morning. Last week I wasn't on time, but we are on time this morning. And of course, let me just come to the comments here quickly. Let me know if you are hearing me and seeing me. As you come in, let me know which part of the world you are joining me from. It's important that I know that you're hearing me and seeing me. So which part of the world you're joining me from, perhaps which platform you're joining me on, and you're seeing me. I'm really, really, really excited about this series of lives. I'm excited about this particular live because I think we live in an age now where we need to be able to do so much as business owners, and we need to be able to equip ourselves with the right tools to be able to really advance our business. And I want to talk about a tool that I've been using for the last 3 months because, lead generation is something that is super, super important. So let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is Debbie Jolie, and I am a marketing consultant, personal branding strategist. I'm a LinkedIn trainer, and I am the founder of Brand You. Originally, of course, from Trinidad and Tobago, but most persons might know by now that I am in Southeast Asia, and right now I'm in Da Nang. It's a beautiful morning. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I talk a lot about visibility, right? It's super important to be visible. But visibility alone will not grow your business, right? And I think it's a space where we need to talk a little bit more about, especially as we are in the second half of 2026. And I know a lot of people want to end the year strong, right? And we've had challenges and geopolitical issues, and people have lots of pressures on their business, right? But besides being visible, something that perhaps I don't mention enough is that I utilize LinkedIn to really help me grow my business, right? And so it is important that you build relationships. It is important that you have meaningful conversations, and not only that, you create a consistent pipeline of opportunities. And that is what this live today, tonight, this morning is all about, right? As I mentioned, I've been using, for last 3 months, I've been using and testing a platform called Bear Connect as part of my own LinkedIn strategy. I would have mentioned last week that LinkedIn has been my strongest platform, has been the platform that I get more than 50% of my business. So it's important for me to kind of manage that platform, manage the outreach. And so that Bear Connect has allowed me to really support my clients. It has been able to help me support my community. It has helped me to sell in general and promote my workshops. And of course, it has given me back time, right? So, but rather than just me or my experience or just talking about my experience here, I think it would be much more valuable to sort of bring in the person behind the platform, right? And so I am really, really, really excited. And let me just add Mona here. I'm really, really, really excited to welcome the founder of Bear Connect, Mona, and Mona has her niece with her. So, Mona, thank you so much for joining me. Well, tonight or good morning, or it is really, really great to have you. So, Mona, feel free, introduce yourself, and of course, your beautiful niece.
Thank you, Debbie. Thanks for having me on this live. Hi, everyone. My name is Mona Juneja. I'm the founder of Bear Connect, and I am in Seattle visiting my sister and my niece. My niece's name is Gaina. She doesn't want to leave me even for a second, so I thought I'll have her
Oh,
on this live as well. Gaina?
Hi everyone, nice to meet you.
hello. Hello, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great. Family is always super, super important and makes the journey fun, right? So I hope you have a good time while you're there, right? And hopefully we might get to see each other before the year is out. Yes. So Moel, now I want us to jump straight in, right? I want to go back and kind of start from the beginning.
Mhm.
There are many, many tools. There are many LinkedIn tools out there on the market, and
Mhm.
they focus on various things. Some are like automation, and some are for prospecting. Some, at the end of the year, you could do a lot of analytics in terms of your content and the performance. So it helps you to understand the platform, right? Um, but I want to ask you, what gap did
Mhm.
you see that made you decide to sort of build Bear Connect, right? And who is this platform really for?
Sure. A wonderful start. One great question to start the conversation, Debbie. I always had a 9 to 5 job. I have 20 plus years of experience in sales. And
Mm,
while I was closing deals for my employers, I was also supposed to generate leads on LinkedIn. So every day I would open my laptop and I would send connection requests and messages manually to people, to my prospects. And then I had like a sort of an Excel sheet where I tracked who accepted so that I can send them the first message and then the second message and the third message. So half of my day would go into managing that Excel sheet. So
wow.
yeah, so that was my first trigger. My second trigger was 3 years ago, I started my own agency, a LinkedIn lead generation agency, and I was using my competitor's tool. And one day I was like, I can do better. That was my
Right.
second trigger. So May of 2024, the idea of Bear Connect came to me, and ever since I started building it, I hired my own tech team, and it took us a year to build Bear Connect. And last year we did a launch, a soft launch of May of last year, so exactly 1 year from when the idea came. And what is Bear Connect? It's the first and the only LinkedIn automation platform which helps you send connection requests and messages as well as write and schedule posts. So it's an all in one inbound and outbound LinkedIn automation tool. It's for anyone who uses LinkedIn to generate leads, whether you are a founder, a solopreneur, a salesperson, or an agency. So, anyone and everyone who uses LinkedIn to generate leads.
Wonderful. Okay. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, because I have a pretty large following, and one of the best things for me is really running the campaigns. And I know we're gonna talk about that a little bit more, but it is Yeah, no, I think the benefit for me for using the tool, one of the biggest benefits, because I spend so much time on LinkedIn. And you mentioned, well, I didn't do so much the spreadsheets thing I did, but actually, I did have a spreadsheet. In fact, I had multiple spreadsheets with different types, categories of customers. So um, it is very time consuming, especially if you want to do that lead generation. I
Mhm.
have seen my platform grow in the from the pandemic to now, and I've gotten many leads, but it has been extremely time consuming. So one of the biggest benefits I see for Bear Connect for me is that it's given me back time. And that's kind of where my mind was, coming into Vietnam from last year to this year. How can I have a better work-life balance? So now I'm able to really focus on doing more engagement, and that outreach is kind of managed by this tool. So that's what I really like. So as I mentioned, I've been using the platform for the last 3 months.
Mhm.
It has really helped me to sort of promote my workshops,
Mhm.
expand my network
Mhm.
as well, right? Um, for someone who's completely new to LinkedIn, and there are many people who are new and they not sure about the platform and they feel a little weird about doing lead generation, which I tell them that's part of it, right?
Mhm.
Um, what do you see as some of the mistakes that people make
Mhm.
when they are trying to generate leads on LinkedIn?
Um, Again, a very good question. I see so many mistakes. So the first mistake is sending connection request one after another. So
Yes,
like a bot, right?
yes,
After 1 second, even if you like do even if you do manually or use a automation tool, LinkedIn will get suspicious. linkedin will
yes.
LinkedIn will think you are a bot. So always space out your connection requests. So in
Hmm.
Bear Connect, you don't have to worry about that because we mimic human behavior in the sense that we space out connection request after every 15 minutes. We also give a dedicated IP. So let's say if you're traveling from one country to another, and if you open LinkedIn, let's say on a different browser, LinkedIn will tend to get suspicious because LinkedIn is trying to protect your account. But in Bear Connect, we give a proxy. We use proxy servers, so you get a dedicated country as well assigned to you. The other mistake I see
I think
on
that's a great benefit that people do may not know, but when you travel, that's important. Yep.
Yeah. The other mistake I see people make is sending random connection requests to their non-target audience. So even if,
Mm.
as well as sending, when I say cold DM, I mean pitching in your first
Pitch.
message. Yes,
Yep.
trying to sell in the first message. No, nobody is going to buy. They don't know you.
Yes.
The third mistake I see people make is their profile. They don't make their profile active. When I say
Mm.
active, I mean they don't post on LinkedIn. So
Yes.
imagine that you are sending a connection request to your prospect. They take only 5 or 6 seconds to decide if they want to accept your request or not. What they do is the first instinct is they come to your profile and check whether they should accept you or not. And if they see that you're not
Yes.
active, you do your acceptance rate tends to be on the lower side. the
Yes.
the fourth, I guess we're on the fourth mistake I see people make is not optimizing their LinkedIn profile. And when I say optimizing, I mean they don't have a nice profile picture, they don't have a banner, they're not clear on what they do. And there's no clear CTA, call to action, on their profile. So your
Yes.
LinkedIn should be like a landing page of your website, of what you actually do. Um, so these are some of the mistakes I see people make, and I want to elaborate on the cold pitch, the cold DM, the selling part.
Yes.
So when you send someone a message, I would encourage you not to send a note in your connection request. because if you send a note, you're adding a little bit of friction. The prospect has to still read your message, and there's and then your message has to be relevant to them. So there's a bit of friction there. So I would say never include a note, just send a blank connection request. Once
Right.
your connection is accepted, then try to be conversational. Don't pitch, don't sell. Just try to build a rapport. So one of the examples I can give, what I do is, I also run a lot of campaigns using my own platform, pitching Bear Connect to people. And how I start my conversation. Now, this is a secret, but I'm okay to add value on this call. What I
Yes.
say is, great to be connected. Um, I'm trying to find out from people how they are using LinkedIn. Do you use LinkedIn for personal branding or lead generation? I did not
Uh-huh.
pitch. I'm trying to make a conversation, and that's why if I show you, I'll give you a demo of Bear Connect in some time, and if I show you my stats, I have over 50% acceptance rate and over 40% reply rate,
Yes.
because then the other person says, oh wow, she wants to speak with me, and then either they say both, or they say personal branding or lead generation, and then I say, okay, do you do it manually or do you automate it? Again, I'm not pitching. The other person replies whatever, automation or manually, and then that's the time I pitch Bear Connect. So
Right.
this is just a short example. This you can copy my example if you want, but this is really working for me.
Right. And those, and people perhaps don't really realize that that's a simple change. I think people are so in the business mode mind that they want to pitch right away, but they forget they have to build a relationship. They don't know where that person is at that point in time, and so there will be an opportunity to pitch, but you just can't do it immediately. So those were some of the things I spoke about last week that really I think has helped me. I agree, most times when I reach out to persons, they will accept the request.
Mhm.
I see them come, they look at my profile, and all those things you mentioned are super important, which is optimizing the profile, making sure you have content so that they come to your profile and they see a real person, right? If it's a blank slate and there isn't much for the individual to go on, they tend to not want to accept it. So I think I have a pretty good acceptance rate there. So I want to just jump in and say hi to persons who are joining me. Hi, Janique. Janique said she is from Tobago. So she's from the Sister Isle,
Ah, okay.
right?
Hi, nice to meet you.
And she's joining us from LinkedIn. And again, to tell persons, tell us where in the world you are joining me from. Tell me what platform you are joining me from. Of course, this will be up so you'll be able to see the replay, but we are talking about a lead generating tool, and a tool to help you really manage LinkedIn and LinkedIn outreach here today, tonight, this evening, depending on where you are joining me from, right? So tell me in the comments. I'm seeing some persons on LinkedIn, and I was just on my Facebook, so I saw one or two persons there. So feel free to drop your name and where you are from in the comments. And of course, as we go, feel free if you have questions, of course, feel free to ask us as well, right? So, Mona, I want on to jump straight into this demo, right? I
Mhm,
always think it's easier to understand a tool
mhm,
when you actually see it in action.
mhm,
And of course, when you went through it with me, and I think with everybody, they know perhaps the gaps in their mind. So when you did the demo with me about 3 months ago, but we had met before, of course.
mhm,
But when you did the demo with me 3 months ago, um, there were two things that stood out. One, hey, I could do campaigns here, and I don't have to manually manage this anymore.
mhm,
And not only that, to go back to your point, that the tool is in such a way where you can do that soft introduction and then begin to pitch the client, so you don't have to worry about it being you could tailor your messaging within the platform itself. So I really enjoyed that, and I also enjoyed when you showed me information in regard to the categories of customers and how and the analysis that you get with the tool as well, right? So those were the I guess the key drivers for me. Everybody would want other things. Some persons might want to build their brand, and so they may want to do outreach and kind of build their LinkedIn. But for me, those campaign things were super important. So let me know if you're ready to do a sort of live demo
Sure,
for us
I
to,
am
for
ready.
us to show. Right, I'm seeing Tessa here is also from Trinidad. She's joining us from Facebook, so that's good. And yes, and maybe you could just walk us through, how you would use Bear Connect for, to identify the prospects and all those things. Tell me if
Are
you're
you
able.
able to see my screen, Debbie?
I am not as yet. I'm supposed to be able to add it to the stage. No, not seeing your screen as yet. Let me
Okay.
see. Remove from
Now,
studio. Yes, I am seeing it now. Add to. Yep. All
can
right.
you
I
see
think
Back
we
Connect?
there.
That's it.
Yes, we seeing it there. Good.
Okay, great.
Wonderful.
So, a lot of people, I think, joined late. So, I'll just give a brief on what Bear Connect is. It's the first LinkedIn automation tool that lets you do both inbound and outbound. Inbound meaning you can write and schedule posts so that you can make your personal brand on LinkedIn. And outbound meaning you can send connection requests and messages automatically to your prospects so that you can get leads and then revenue ultimately. Bear Connect gives you 2 hours every day. You can save 2 hours every day. So that's what Bear Connect can do. It's very simple to get started. We give a 7 day free trial to everyone. All you have to do is go to bearconnect.io, click on start free trial, fill up the form. Once you do that, you will be on this screen. Okay, so the next step is we have to establish a connection between LinkedIn and Bear Connect. And how do you do that? You need to first click on purchase seats. You need to enter your card details, even though it's a 7 day free trial, but we still need your card details so that we know that you're serious enough to use Bear Connect. You can cancel your subscription anytime from here. Very simple to cancel as well. Uh, right from here, settings, subscription, cancel if you don't like what you see. On the 8th day your card will be deducted. All right, it's $67. Let me also touch upon the price. It's $67 every month for every LinkedIn account you connect. It's a month on month subscription. Again, you can cancel anytime. All right. After you've entered your card details, we need to connect your LinkedIn account. So here, your LinkedIn email ID, your LinkedIn password, and if you don't see your country, just enter any country, doesn't matter. All right. Once you hit connect, you will see your LinkedIn account connected just like this. Debbie, I won't be able to see any questions because I'm sharing my screen and presenting.
Yes.
If there are
Sure. If I see any, yes, I'll throw it out to you for sure.
Okay, great. Now, every day we let you send 25 messages and 25 connection requests. LinkedIn says that you should not be sending more than 100 or 110 connection requests per week. We want to comply with LinkedIn. Now, this messages is going up. So the limit is going up on Bear Connect from 25 to 50 in about 2 or 3 weeks, or maximum 4 weeks from now. So you will be able to send 50 messages every day, but the connection request will still stay 25. Okay. I would also suggest that if you're new to automation, maybe perhaps start from 20 connection request. So I went to settings, limits and activity, I selected my account, and you can start from 20 connection requests and then slowly move to 25. The beauty of Bear Connect is that you can add as many LinkedIn accounts as you want. It's $67 for every LinkedIn account. the minute you touch 5, if you're an agency or if you're a company with a massive sales team, the minute you touch 5, the price drops to 57. Okay. Now, as I said, Bear Connect is both outbound and inbound, meaning you can also write and schedule post. This is how you do it. I go to post. I selected my profile, and here is where I will write my own post, or I will take help from AI. I can also schedule my first comment, and then I can post right away, or I could schedule it for later. This is how you can save a lot of time. Staying consistent on LinkedIn is not easy, but with Bear
Right.
Connect, it's very, very simple.
Good. So
Uh,
you could schedule your content right from the platform itself.
that is correct.
Right.
Now I'm going to show you the outbound piece, how the connection request and messages go out from Bear Connect. There are two prerequisites. The first is you need to define who to send out the connection request to. Second, you need to define what messages to send. Okay, we are going to make this very simple for you. I'm going to take you through, but before that, let me just touch upon some stats. As you can see, my acceptance rate is more than 50% and reply rate is more than 40%, which is awesome. Okay. And you can run as many campaigns as you want, provided the limit doesn't go up over 25, meaning that
Right.
we
Yes.
we give you
Daily.
yeah, daily. So we give you 25 connection requests. You can spread that 25 connection requests to as many campaigns as you want. So maybe you can do one campaign with 10 connection requests and the second campaign with 15 connection requests. And
Right.
a lot of people who haven't done,
Which is what I do.
yeah, great.
Running 2 campaigns at a time. Yeah.
Great. A lot of people have also asked me, what is a campaign? Like, can you define a campaign?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, like, for example, let me take this example. AR Post is one of the campaigns which I'm running, which means I'm targeting a particular set of people in a particular time zone. Okay,
Right.
let's say you want to target a healthcare industry. That's one campaign. Let's say you want to target a manufacturing industry. That's another campaign. So a healthcare campaign or a manufacturing, or another example, let's say you want to target the UK market. That's one campaign. And the second campaign can be you're targeting a California campaign, a California target audience. Okay.
Good.
Debbie, do you want to add something or should I move on?
No, the only thing I would add is that my campaigns are usually around my projects or I want to say projects that I may want to sell or let people be aware of. So I would target one, the territory, so might be Caribbean territory, but then I would also be introducing the particular project. Let's say, for instance, the brand new, right? I could really use the campaign to sort of sell it
Mm-hmm.
to persons in Trinidad, for instance. So that's my mindset around the campaigns. It's like almost like a project
Mm-hmm.
in terms of who you want to reach out to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. Thank you. Now, there are 6 different ways of how you can upload your lead list, a target audience. First, if you have some kind of a spreadsheet where you have the first name, the last name, and a LinkedIn profile URL, you can upload that. Or if you have a navigator, you can upload that. I don't have navigator, as you can see. Or if you want to do a simple LinkedIn search URL, or if you want to get in touch with your existing connections, if you just want to send them messages, or
Yes.
if you want to get in touch with the attendees of an event. For example, I don't know how many people have joined our event. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say 30 people have joined our event, and tomorrow Debbie wants to get in touch with all of them, wants to send them messages. I'll show you how easy it is, and this you can do for your competitors event as well. You can target
Right.
the attendees of your competitors. I'll show you in a bit. This is my favorite LinkedIn post. What is a LinkedIn post? Basically, you can, let me show you. I think it will be simpler. So I'm on my LinkedIn, and I want to, um, it takes, so maybe, maybe this guy, okay, he's a CEO of Beehive, and whenever he posts, there's a lot of likes and comments. And now I want to get in touch with these people who have liked and commented. All I have to do is click here, copy his link, and select this, continue, and put this link here. 274 people liked and commented. Now I can get in touch with all of these people. Okay, this is so powerful.
That is excellent, excellent, especially if you're very new to LinkedIn and you have competitors and you have persons who represent your ideal clients. Absolutely, absolutely.
And I can also toggle advanced filters, which means that I don't want to get in touch with people who are already connected with me and who don't even have a profile picture. I can also exclude my existing campaign. Okay. Now let's see how many people I get. I'm going to do submit. It takes about a few seconds to give me a list of people, and then the very the next step is, okay, 245. It gave me 245 people. Now there are two workflows. So let's say I want to send connection requests and messages to these people. I would select this. But let's say I just want to send messages to my existing connections, then I would select this. But I want to select this and move forward. Now, we give you the power to decide what time zone you want to run your campaign in. So, because I'm in PDD time right now, I'm in Seattle right now, I'm going to just select this. And I only have 10 connection requests and messages left because I'm already running my other campaign with
Right,
15 each, right? So,
right.
this is where you see your remaining connection request. Now, every Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and this I can totally change it. My target audience is going to receive a connection request and message from me, but I can also add Saturday Sunday if I want, and then
One.
move forward. Yeah,
Good.
this is the very last step. This is where automation is happening. So what this is doing is it's sending a connection request first. And as I said, it's advisable not to send a note with it. Then it tracks for 20 days, and this is totally editable. You can say track for 30 days, 30 days, whether someone has accepted your request or not. If the person for 30 days does not accept, we automatically withdraw the invite, which is great because LinkedIn loves it. If the
Yes.
person accepts, um, let's say for 1 hour, if the person accepts, we are going to wait for 1 hour and then send the very first message. And this message can be anything. Okay. Then send the second message, third message, fourth, fifth, how many messages, it's completely your choice. In between, if someone replies, automation will stop and you will have to take over the conversation. So after you've written all the messages, we are going to launch the workflow, the campaign, and then you will be able to see your campaign running here. And you don't even have to go to LinkedIn DMs to monitor the conversation. You can monitor all conversations directly from here.
From the
Okay,
platform. Yep.
these are all my LinkedIn DMs, and I can reply to people directly from here. But yeah, so that was campaign. Then this is the dashboard. This is where you can also see all your stats, right?
Yes.
And then we have, I'll also touch upon integrations. We have an integration with HubSpot, Pipedrive, Zapier, Make, N10. We also have, we use Intercom. So if you have any questions, you can always ask here. Plus, knowledge base section has tons of tutorials. Plus, we also have an email where you can reach out to us. So that was the demo, Debbie.
Right. So they could really integrate their CRMs there as well.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, yes. So it's a really great, yeah, no, it's a really, really great tool. I like the fact that you mentioned the competitor. I mean, just for me, um, it just saves so much time in being able to reach out, to offer services, and then to manage the relationship, which I think people miss as well, right? Because sometimes LinkedIn could get very overwhelming, but when you run a campaign, you can really see the persons who have engaged with the message, and then you can then begin to build out that conversation with them, right? Because then they become a much warmer lead, and is such a it's such a good it's such a good opportunity to manage them, right? So I think it's a great way to organize and save. So let me just ask you one question there in relation to the CRMs, the external CRMs. How do they work alongside Bear Connect for persons who have CRMs? And I know a lot of persons have at least the Salesforce and the HubSpot. How is it integrated?
Sure. Very simple to integrate. Let me share my screen and show you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know, Debbie, when you're able to see my screen.
Yes, seeing the screen now. Yes.
Okay. So very simple. Let's say we don't have Salesforce and we don't plan to have Salesforce. So this is going to go away. So we only
Yes.
plan to have HubSpot, Pipedrive, and
HubSpot.
yeah. So let's say if it is HubSpot, I click here. These are all the steps you need to take on HubSpot. So when you are on HubSpot, you need to go to development, navigate to legacy apps, create legacy apps. It's very simple. Trust me. And then you need to copy. See, we also have a detailed instructions. We made a document with detailed instructions. So let's assume this. Yeah, this is HubSpot. You go to legacy app, okay, and then you need to add. These are called scopes. You need to add all these scopes, and you can copy these scopes here and add it. Once you do that, you will get something called an access token. You have to put your access token here and connect. And once you
Right.
connect, you will see your connection here. Right now I have Pipedrive connected. And what you can do is you can go to your leads, I mean your campaign first, and then let's say you want to export everyone who's replied, right? So let's say this guy replied. What I can do is I can go here, export, choose an integration which is Pipedrive for me, export, and
Mhm.
this will be exported on Pipedrive. So let me see if I can open
Uh-huh.
Pipedrive on this browser. I don't think I can. Yeah, it's on other browser. Let me see, and I can then show it to you. Pipedrive. Yeah, I think. Okay, so to make sure you're human. Okay. Um, yeah. Let's see if it lets me log in. Yeah, okay. So whom did we export? Vishesh Thakur. Um, Vishesh. See, he's here. So this is Pipedrive.
Right.
So
Okay.
he gets right here, like Vishesh Thakur.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is how you export.
Wonderful. This is so really, really so awesome, right? I mean, especially again, the series is meant to really help persons who have challenges with building leads. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, to me, this platform allows you to access people from around the world and build their connections around the world. So I think this was really, really, really insightful
Mm-hmm.
for persons. Um, One thing I notice
Mm-hmm.
about entrepreneurs is that they believe that sometimes they will connect with persons, and that's it, right? They don't take the LinkedIn platform seriously enough, I think, right? um, it's important to always manage the relationship. It's always important to manage the leads. It's important that we follow up, and I think you highlighted that within the platform itself. It really it because of the automation, you are able to stay on top of the communication with the audience, right?
Mhm.
And that's what you want to be able to turn that connection into a kind of paying client,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
before we wrap up, I want to just maybe ask you a last question here.
Mhm.
If someone on here who is watching now or who is watching the replay and they want to kind of improve their pipeline
Mhm.
and make sure that they have some better leads, of
Mhm.
course, heading into the next 90 days, into this third quarter here, what habit would you recommend
Mhm.
that they
Sure.
kind of begin with the week that will help them to make a good impact? Because you mentioned 20 years in sales,
Yeah, sure. So
right?
first of all, LinkedIn has over 1 billion people, and only
Mm-hmm.
50% of them are active. And I recently learned that 1% of those 50% people post weekly.
Yes, yes,
So there's such a big impact of being active on LinkedIn right now.
yes,
This is the time. Now, what are some of the things I would say? First, improve your profile. Have a nice banner, a picture, clear headline of what you do, how what you do, what and what services you offer, and how to provide value to people. So basically, whom do you offer services to, and
mm-hmm.
how? Like, what do you do? What services do you provide? Second is send meaningful connections to people you think are your prospects, and
Yes,
be conversational in your DMs.
yes,
There's something called intent based selling, which means that you are reaching out to people who are already warm to your offer. How do you do that? By the LinkedIn post thing which we had, the one which I showed you. Like, if
yes.
someone is commenting or liking on your competitor's post, then meaning that they are potentially warm clients for your services as well. These are some of my tips, and I would say also engage with other people's post. So this is something which I did
Yes.
not do before, because I just find commenting on other people's post boring. But you won't believe it, Jenny. um, uh, I could not post. I mean, I could not make a comment today because I'm still catching up with my work after a long flight from India to Seattle. But
Yes.
when I was in India, like last week, I because LinkedIn also tells you how many comments you made. I made 94 comments in a week. And
Yes.
don't believe me, I got so many DMs from people asking me about Bear Connect.
Mm-hmm.
So commenting is the secret weapon I just discovered after being on LinkedIn for 20 years. And unfortunately, you have to comment manually. I don't think there's any tool in the market which lets you engage
Yes.
well. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to like write meaningful comments on other people's post,
Mm-hmm.
and
But
it's
I think that's fair because I think that's fair. Bear Connect allows you to to schedule content. It has an AI integration, so it helps with it helps with the content creation. It helps you with the outreach.
Mhm.
It's taking half or more than half the work away. So I mean, the engaging part is should be the easiest thing to do. You know,
Yes, 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 and trust me, I it's a secret weapon, and
it is.
I wish that I had discovered this before, but it's okay. I mean, everything comes at its own time, and I also like I learn new things every day. This is the recent learning, and I thought I'll
Yes.
share it with the audience and with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I spoke about that last week. It has helped me as well to it brings more eyeballs
Hmm.
to your profile. It gives you more authority. People really it really does build your visibility and also the outreach because people reach out to me now and talk and say, hey, I'm following your story. Hey, I'm seeing you doing some work here. Can you assist me? So I think that is like you as you mentioned, it is a little bit of a secret source. Persons think it's like, oh gosh, we have to do on that, but it is a little bit of a secret source, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Mona, thank you so much for joining me today. I know we mentioned that we can give a little bit of a discount for persons who might want to join the Bear Connect, use Bear Connect, and they could use my name. So I'll put in my name there. They'll be here. So for persons who may want to have I put it in the chat. For persons who may want to have a go at Bear Connect, you can receive a 10% discount by putting in my name. Moana, perhaps you could just explain that in terms of where they're going.
Yeah, sure. So once you go to bearconnect.io and click on Start Free Trial, you fill up a form. You'll be inside the platform and it'll ask you to enter your card details. And there you will see a field called coupon code. Just enter Debbie. You get a 10% off, which means Bear Connect will cost you $60 month on month for 12 months.
Right. Okay. Wonderful. So Mona, again, tell persons where perhaps they can connect with you. How can persons go to follow you and to connect with you?
On LinkedIn. just search for my name, Mona Juneja, or I'll put the link right here. 1 second, I'll do that right here.
Yes.
And Debbie, where do I, it says connect? No.
Yeah, you have your comments there?
Yeah, if you can, yeah, I clicked on comments and it says join the chat, but then it doesn't let me enter anything.
All right, so I have put your name.
Okay.
Boom.
Thank you. Yeah,
Into
so that's my name.
Comments, it's going there. Yep.
Sure. You can find me on LinkedIn. We also have a channel, a YouTube channel of Bear Connect, and the name is Bear Connect. So you can find it as well there. Bear Connect on YouTube.
Wonderful. So I really appreciate that it took the time to share, to share about Bear Connect, how it works, how it helps to build relationships, how it's really a savvy tool to help you generate those quality leads on LinkedIn and really help persons as they get into the second half of the year to really focus on, again, it's for professionals, it's for all entrepreneurs who may have aggressive sales targets. I always tell persons LinkedIn is one of the best platforms to really go after your business, right? So thank you everyone who have tuned in and who have joined. I hope you found this session very valuable. Please continue to follow me. I have more of this series coming up for the rest of the month in regard to sales and lead generation and so on. Feel free, of course, to connect with Mona. And if you have any questions at all about LinkedIn strategy, lead generation, personal branding, or Bear Connect, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll be checking the comments in the week as well. And of course, I'll put in the details for the next live coming up soon. So have a wonderful morning or good evening or good night, depending on where you are joining me from. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you and take care.